Hello everybody, this is Gareth Cahoon Speaks back here with another video. I'd like you to hit the subscribe bar, give me a thumbs up if you like the video, hit the notification bell to be notified when I post my next post, or otherwise you can look me up at my website and the ministries that I support at garethcahoon3 at gmail.com on PayPal. This one here is about Israel and Brazil diplomatic relations sink to a new low after rejection of the Israeli envoys. Israel diplomatic relations with Brazil appear headed towards their lowest point in decades after Brazilian authorities reportedly rejected the appointment of Vivian Eisen as Israel's next consul general in Sao Paulo. The latest setback comes after years of mounting tensions between Jerusalem and the administration of 80-year-old Brazilian President Lula Inacoco Lula da Silva, who has repeatedly accused Israel of committing genocide in Gaza and has emerged as one of the Jewish state's most vocal critics on the international stage. Relations has already worsened significantly in 2025 after Brazil refused to accept the appointment of Gal Dagan as Israel's next ambassador, leaving Israel without a senior diplomat in Brazil and prompting a diplomatic downgrade between the two countries. At the time, Israel officials responded sharply to Lula's rhetoric and policy decisions. When the president of Brazil, Lula, disrespected the memory of the Holocaust during my tenure as Minister of Foreign Affairs, I declared him persona non grata in Israel until he apologized, Defense Minister Israel Katz posted on X. Katz then accused Lula of embracing anti-Semitic positions and siding with Israel's adversaries. Now he has revealed his true face as a declared anti-Semite and supporter of Hamas by withdrawing Brazil from the International Holocaust Remembrance Alliance, the international body created to combat anti-Semitism and hatred against Israel, placing the country alongside regimes like Iran, which openly denies the Holocaust and threatens to destroy the state of Israel, he said. As Israel's Minister of Defense, I affirm we will know how to defend ourselves against the axis of evil of radical Islamism, even without the help of Lula and his allies. He continued, shame on the wonderful, brilliant Brazilian people and the many friends of Israel in Brazil that this is their president. Better days will still come for the relationship between our countries. Lula appeared largely unconcerned by the diplomatic fallout, and Brazil has now also rebuffed Israel's attempt to appoint Eisen to the Sao Paulo post. When the term of the current Consul General, Rafi Udrich, ends in the coming weeks, Israel's representation in Brazil will be reduced even further. The Israeli embassy in Brasilia is currently headed by Consul and Charge d'Affaires Rasha Athalmini, the first Muslim citizen of Israel to enter the country's diplomatic corps after joining the cadet program in 2017. Brazil is scheduled to hold presidential elections in October, around the same time Israelis are expected to head to the polls. For now, there appears to be quite a quiet consensus in Jerusalem to wait and see whether relations can be improved with whichever government emerges in Brasilia after the elections. However, Israel officials and pro-Israel advocates argue the significant damage has already been done to Israel's interests, not only in Brazil but throughout Latin America by policies pursued during Lula's administration. There is also reason to believe that Israel's diplomatic challenges in Brazil may persist beyond Lula's presidency. A survey related in January found that fewer than half of Brazilians were aware of the Holocaust, while observers point to growing anti-Western and post-Christian trends among younger Brazilians, despite strong support for Israel among the leadership of the nation's evangelical Protestant churches. Andre Legist, CEO of Stand With Us Brazil, the local branch of the leading international pro-Israel educational organisation, lamented this week, "This is another low point in the relationship and it's not good for Brazil, Israel or the Jewish community. I hope that people in both countries are working to improve relations as soon as possible. Shalom, Maranatha, and Hallelujah."